Chances are you've heard about KPIs or key performance indicators, but the reality is if you're new to business or new-ish to business, it's probably gone in one ear and out the other. It's probably one of those sounds great, but like, what does that actually mean? And how do I actually do that in my business? So if any of that sounds familiar, if you are running a business and you don't have KPIs, if that term overwhelms you, then this video is for you. We're gonna go over 3 easy KPIs for you to check to know if you're getting closer to your goals or if you're following up. But the truth is, it's really easy to do. And regardless of what industry you're in, what your business is, you should be measuring these 3 things. And as you get more advanced in business, it certainly would make sense to get a more in-depth KPI strategy. But that's not what this video is about. This video is for those business owners who know and want some KPIs, those key performance indicators, but don't even know where to begin, and also need it really simple because you're probably a one-man or one-woman show and you're wearing all the hats and you can't add one more complicated thing to your to-do list. If you're new here, my name is Cheryl, this is Pierre, and my business partner Katrina and I own Empowered to Profit, where we help small business owners just like you put more of your revenue into your pocket. Because let's be real, if this business isn't helping you, what the heck's the point of all of this? If you have no KPIs, the first thing I want you to measure is your revenue month to month. And this is how I want you to go about doing it. Pull up your QuickBooks or your Wave, wherever you are in your business, and know how much revenue on average, right? So if you're looking at 6 months, add up all the revenue for 6 months, divide by 6. If you're looking at a year, even better. Take all your revenue for a year, divide by 12. What is your average monthly revenue? I want that to be your key performance indicator. So now you know if next month you don't hit your average, you need to look into why. And if you surpass it by a lot, you also need to look into why. Hitting that average monthly income will give you so many tools on what to investigate, what to look further in if you don't hit it. The second item I would look at if you have no KPIs currently is your COGS to revenue ratio. Don't get stuck on the lingo. All you're gonna do is take your cost to perform your product or service to be able to provide your business. What does the direct cost equal? And it should be on your P&L in your QuickBooks. You're gonna take that number and divide it by your revenue. That's it. Why this is such a good indicator is, well, one, it lets you know if it's worth taking on a business because you know what it's going to cost to provide that product or service. And it's also going to let you know what's left over to run your business. And sometimes it's just not worth taking on a potential client. Let me give you an example. When I first started my bookkeeping business, it was brand new and I was charging $100 for a month for service. And then after a while, the cost to provide that bookkeeping service was too high, where it was not worth taking on $100 a month clients. I knew that going into it, so I had a minimum, right? And I was able to create that minimum based off of data. It was so important. Another issue we find is businesses' COGS, the cost to perform that product or service, are so high, there's no way your business could even operate off the remainder, let alone pay you something. And again, if your business can't pay you, what the heck's the point of all this? So it's imperative to know that ratio and have a target of where you want to go. And it's going to vary industry to industry, business to business, but the key is if 1 month your cost to revenue ratio is way out of whack and you can't explain it and it's not going to go back down, you know you have a problem and it's something to fix. And on the other hand, sometimes we have businesses where their cost to perform that product or service is so low, it would make sense for them to hire someone so they could scale. We can see all of that in that percentage. Again, pull up your profit and loss statement and you're gonna look at the COGS divided by revenue. And I like to look at a 12-month or a 6-month period of time. That way you can cover the highs and the lows because it's not the same month to month. If KPIs are new for you, the third thing I would look at, and truthfully the most important, is how much you're getting paid. And the thing is, you can't just go to the bottom of your profit and loss statement and look at your net income because that doesn't translate to money in your bank account. The best way to know how much money went into your pocket is, if you're not on payroll, go to your balance sheet and there's an equity side. How much money are you transferring into your account? And if you again, let's average that out. And if the average for 1 month isn't meeting your target or is way exceeding your target, look into that. What did you do? Why were your expenses so low that you could pay yourself more? What generated those sales? All the key performance indicators are going to do is really just put up flags. Like, are you on target? Are you hitting the target? Are you exceeding it, or are we in a danger zone? And once you see those flags, you can then go in and investigate the why. The key performance indicator is just to really show you the flag and to know if it's, is it a red flag or is it a green flag, right? Or maybe it's more like a yellow and everything's steady and fine. You get what I'm trying to say. The key performance indicator is going to give you the clue of where to investigate more. And if you have no KPIs in your business, but you've heard the term and you're like, sounds great, where do I begin? It's truly with those 3 things. Are you hitting your average monthly revenue? Or maybe you're really exceeding it. What is your cost to produce your product or service? Is that sustainable? Are you extremely exceeding it? Are you way at the low end? Look at your average. Have the knowledge of what that is. And lastly, and definitely most importantly, how much money is going into your personal bank account. We are in our 6th year of business here. I think 6. Are we going on 7? I don't know. We've been at this for a long time. And to this day, a key performance indicator I look at is my pay. It's the most important one, because we're not doing this for fun or for a good time. It's really to feed our goals, our life ambitions, so we can live out the life we want. So don't let KPIs be like a fluff thing, only those things that big businesses do. You should have them too. You should be certainly knowledgeable about what they are and track that. That way your business can grow and you can get closer to your hopes, goals, and dreams as well. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers to profit.